Greetings and salutations. Okay, that was horrible, but I'm not gonna do any more takes. I've recently watched The Unwelcomed on Shudder, so Amazon Prime, and then the channel is Shudder. It's the horror movie channel, and it popped up on my recommends for new releases, like an early new release. And I don't know if you're a horror movie aficionado enthusiast. I don't know if you like horror movies like I like horror movies, especially those horrible B movies with like fake blood and nudity and sex and all that. But you know, I like you know those type of movies. I grew up watching Full Moon, Puppet Master, Bloodstone. What is the crazy one? The Not the Goonies. What was that one? Devil Dolls, Devil Toys. Anyway, it was Puppet Master. Then it was like another puppet type, like doll, like evil doll movie series, and then Bloodstone. I said that already. Was it Tracers or Head Scanners or Scanners or something like that? And then there's another Full Moon. It was Full Moon was like the studio back in the day for those B movies that went straight to video. Video VHS. Haha. Some of y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah. So this is kind of sorta in the vein of that. And I say kind of sort of because it was everything is digital CGI. It's not cheap. It doesn't look cheap by any means. It looks like good. It looks like it could have been a theatrical release, but theatrical releases are all like superhero movies and high super S tier actors. Like they don't put. This is more so an indie movie, I think, maybe, sorta, or just like from a minor league, like a minor studio. It's not a big name studio, and I guess if you think about it, the movie market is kind of like getting back to the way it was. Like everything is super expensive, so maybe even we call it not shipping it, what do you call it when you put something out? But anyway, it's like even just distributing the distribution may have just been too expensive for it and not worth the amount of money that it took to make the film or the projected revenue. I'm guessing at all this economic businessy lingo, but I'm trying to say that it's a good movie first off, and I feel like maybe back in the like 2000 early 2000s and late 90s, a lot of people, like high school people, would have really enjoyed this movie, and this movie would have been like one of those cult classics. But with everything being in streaming and everything like is so accessible, and you don't have to leave your house for anything really anymore. It's like, I don't know. It's like everything's just different from when I was like growing up before the internet. So it's like a movie like this to me is good. Is all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Unwelcome. It's a good movie. You should check it out. It's a good movie because it looks good. It's a good movie because it's okay. I'm not a movie critic. All right. I'm not Angry Joe. I'm not Tyrone Magnus. I'm not Double Toasted. Okay, so as far as camera angles and scripts and all this technical stuff that they mention, and I don't know about that. I just know I can follow the story. Couple has issues, so they move out to the country, and in the country they have worse issues in the country, and it's like it's understandable. It's like A to B to C. It's not all over the place. It's like some of these movies are. It's like dude's car breaks down and all of a sudden he's on the moon. It's not like that. It's very understandable. Okay, the story is not crazy. It's believable. It goes aside from the what you call it, the supernatural element for some people, because some people just refuse to believe that there's supernatural stuff. But it's a good movie. I liked it. I'm trying not to spoil it because I feel like most of the enjoyment about this movie that I got was not knowing anything about the movie, just going in and just being like, okay, what is this? I'm bored. Let me watch this. It looks interesting. Whatever. Click on it, and I'm not disappointed. I'm not like, oh, I wasted my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm appreciative to the people that made it. I don't mind like giving you $5 to watch it. It's a good movie. It's worth $10. It's worth about 15. I would cut it at 15. It's worth spending money on. So it's like I wasn't disappointed. Was there nudity? No. If you're a parent and you're looking for something scary to watch with your kid, oh wait. There wasn't any nudity, but there was an it's adult themed. Like, they don't shy away from violence. They don't shy away from adult themes. So you may have to cover your child's eyes for about maybe 5 minutes unless you just don't want them to see violence and blood, in which case, no, don't let them watch this movie because it'll probably traumatize them, especially with the little supernatural stuff that happens at the end. So, because I know if I was a kid and I watched this, I'd be traumatized. I'd be scared of dwarfs, midgets, hobbits. I couldn't watch Lord of the Rings again. Like, whoa, if I was a kid watching this. So, but is it scary? No, it's not really that scary, but I'm an adult. So, and I don't scare easy. Like, the last time a movie freaked me out, I was maybe in my early tweens. Actually, that's a good age. That's good. Yeah, because early 20s, late teenager. I think I watched The Exorcist for the first time, or one of the newer Exorcists, and yeah, it was just that demon possession, especially back in them Exorcist days, really got me. And I think, what was that movie? The other supernatural demon-y movie. Dang, what was that movie about the? Oh, okay. So they found the box. No, it was a movie. They moved. They either bought something. It was like a music box or something that they found, and the music box, had a demon in it, and then a demon started, because the kid that was in the movie was like, yo, it's my imaginary friend, blah blah blah. And they thought, oh yeah, he just has an imaginary friend, no big deal. But then people started like dying and stuff. So, in horrible ways. I forgot the name of that movie, but that movie freaked me out because I had I have really good headphones. I think I had like Bose or Beats Studios or something like that, and they had like I don't think it was noise cancellation, or it was either noise cancellation. No, it wasn't noise cancellation. It was like, anyway, basically it didn't black out outside noise, but it kind of isolated like your hearing. Like, it focused your hearing on like your music or whatever's coming through the headphones. So I could still hear people knocking on my door. I could still hold conversations, but everything was like crisp and clear. And if I'm watching a movie, I'm in the movie. Like, it wasn't like, you could, like them old headphones where you barely have them on your ear and you hear what's going on. You have to have them cranked all the way up. Like, no, these were like a really good pair of headphones. So when I'm hearing in this movie, I forgot the name of it. It's gonna irk me. But this movie had all this ambient noise, like the low muttering voices and the little skittering and the like stuff like that, like really eerie sounds, and there was hardly any music. Like if I had to say that if there's a soundtrack for this movie that I'm referencing, it's just like ambient noises, you know. That freaked me out because you're sucked in from this ambient, heavy breathing and muttering and murmuring, and then jump scare. It's like, oh shit, you know. And it's like, you would think, okay, it gets me the first time, it's not gonna get me again. No, it gets you like almost, well, at least me, got me like a lot. And this movie wasn't that scary, so I don't scare. I'm saying like thing that would like a movie would have to be like on that level to scare me. Like this last little Annabelle doll, haunted doll, when they went into the basement and the girl got possessed, and then they had to seal the doll in the glass thing. That's nothing, Old school Exorcist, that movie I'm thinking about, and what else? Yeah, I can't even say. I would say the original It. I don't know what it is about that original It. Like the new It should have scared me, but the original It, that was the one that had me like, looking at storm drains twice. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't walk past no storm drains. Yeah, I was looking at my. Bro, I was like, hey man, I might leave this door crack when I take a shower. If I scream, you better come get me. like I mean, I was a kid when I watched the original It, but still, I mean, I'm just saying the movie hadn't freaked me out and scared me in a very long time, and it's a very special movie that does so. Is what I'm saying, what I'm getting at. But this movie, I hate to use the phrase "it's fun," but I mean, it's a fun movie. It kept me engaged. I spent money on it. I don't feel bad I spent money on it. I don't know anything about the actors except for one, and I don't even know if because it takes. I don't know if it's in Ireland or the UK or wherever, but they all had like, I guess it was an Irish village at the very least, because everyone was like speaking Irish. They had the Irish accents. They weren't necessarily the Gaelic. It was just the heavy Irish, like, accent, whatever. And again, having visited O'Sharon, it was like, oh, it makes me kind of like miss, being in Ireland, for that, what was it, maybe a week I was there. But anywho, it makes me miss being in Ireland because everybody was like super cool and accepting and not hardly racist at all. And it's like, of course I was in the military, so that could have been it. But but no, it's like, so it was that, it was, it was the folklore. Like I'm a sucker for supernatural stuff, just and I did get like not emotional, but I empathized. Is empathy the right word? But I empathized with the male lead, like when he was dealing with what he was dealing with, and I understood exactly how he felt. So it's like, when a movie can, at least to me, when a movie can engage you like that, I mean, it's either I'm just on my emotional time of the month, or it's just like hormones, I don't know. But no, I mean, it's good direction, good writing, good just I like it. It's like, whoa, it's like, man, I feel bad for this dude. I hope nothing. And then you see the thing, and this happens and this other thing happens, and you're constantly being pushed and pulled and pushed and pulled and turned and da da da. You're kind of going through things with these individuals, and it's like, and then there's the climax, and then, oh my God, how are they gonna get out of this? And they kind of do the unexpected. I mean, you kind of see it. You don't really see it coming. Like, okay, so you see it coming, like, not really. Because I didn't think it would end the way it ended. The way it ended, it was kind of like, they could have ended it like a scene ago. You know what I'm saying? And they could have saved this part for like a sequel. Because if they would have ended it like maybe a scene earlier, you know what I'm saying, and then picked up with the sequel at the next part of it, the part that's really unnecessary to me. This would probably have been a way better movie. Not a way better movie, but it probably would have just been better, and they probably could have been like, okay, we can write a sequel from this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then again, maybe they did it that way purposely to set up the sequel. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how people think when they make movies nowadays. So I know you make movies because you want to make money, but it's very, rare that you have a. And then you know what else got me? It was a fresh idea. It wasn't one of these recycled ideas. It wasn't like kids go to this lake they're not supposed to be at. They get high, they have sex, and then they all get chased by some serial killer or monster that accidentally woke up and they got to survive to the morning or to get back to civilization or something. It wasn't one of these recycled ideas. It was like a fresh idea. It was a fresh scenario. It was like I enjoyed the movie. It was like, this is interesting. It went from, what is this, to, oh, this is interesting, to, ooh, what's going to happen next? It wasn't like, okay, I paid money for it, so I'm going to force myself to finish it. It was like, I liked it. It didn't overstay its welcome except for the last maybe 5-10 minutes of the film. And, the acting was good. It looked good. The music was okay. The accents were believable. Wasn't like these forced. I don't. Then again, I'm not an expert, so I don't take my word for it. Like, I'm not a professional critic. I'm not a professional linguist. I couldn't tell you. They sounded Irish to me. Are they supposed to be Irish? They sounded Irish. So that's my take. That's how I feel about it. The Unwelcomed. You can find it on Amazon Prime on the Shudder section or Shudder app. It was early. I don't know if it's new. It was an early release for me, and I paid $5 for it or $10 for it. I paid money for it, and I don't regret my purchase. That's the main takeaway from this discussion. Okay, thank you.